demonstration of Prague was insane. Man, it must have sucked to like live in that time. It was like a, it was like a during like the the mid 1600s. There was like a Protestantism arising. Martin Luther of the 1500s, he was like, we don't like, we like to use the Bible. And, everyone else was like, oh my god, that's so awesome. So, everyone started to become more like Protestant and things. And, Bohemia of the Holy Roman Empire, the HRE, everyone in there was like, yo, fuck the Catholics. So it was a big angry mob of uh, Protestant Prague residents, and they threw a bunch of you know elite Catholic people out of a window, and they landed in horse poop. And like it started. It was like the gateway to like a 30 years war. The 30 years war. The war that killed a lot of Europeans. It was 30 years long. The gateway to that. It had like major, France, who was you know, kind of questionable. They were kind of more Catholic, but they were on the side of the Protestants because they didn't like the Austrians. They didn't like the Habsburgs. They're like, we fuck you. I got 65 on my French final. That fucking sucked. That's my worst final grade of all time. Um, but yeah, there was like the demonstration of like they threw Catholics out a window, and then the Catholics were like, they were like they were like, it was a sign from God that they were saved by horse poop, and the Protestants were like, typical Catholics falling in horse poop. Um, but yeah, it's like the Catholics were like, fuck you, and the the Protestant revoltists, they were like, fuck you. It was like a gateway to, and then the Swedish were like, hey, fuck you. Same as the British. I think the British were Catholic, like on the side of the Protestants, probably were. It was a more Catholic nation. I mean, Protestant, because that one guy, he wanted to divorce his wife. So, um, yeah, you know, so they were probably on the side. Obviously the Dutch too. Dutch were definitely on that side. And then there's the Spain and Austria, which were just pretty much Habsburg. Okay, Habsburgs. Yeah, I think that was the war where the Spanish, you know they they were gonna attack Britain. They had like the biggest navy of all time. Well, not of all, like at that point in time, and then like the fucking storm just wiped out the entire navy, and boom, they're the navy guys now. Yeah, it was that war, and then there was the HRE, and it kind of like, because some Catholics fell in poop. Well, there's other reasons too, but because some Catholics fell in horse poop, 30 years of war happened over religion, too. That's, man, and then it ended the entirety of the HRE. Then it became a bunch of little small German states, in which eventually became the North German Republic, and then Germany, and then the Weimar Republic, and then the Third Reich, and then Germany. Yeah, but because like that was stupid, man. And then that happened. It was just a whole mess. It was like the stupidest war to ever happen because of some. That was like that war shouldn't have happened. Everyone should just be accepting of each other. I'm joking. That can't happen. No one will accept each other. Yeah, you know, Dutch, British, Swedish, against the HRE. Wait, there's also the French on that side too. I forgot. And the HRE, and the Habsburg nations. That was an insane war. Also probably the Papal State. I'd assume that the Papal State's probably in there. Most of Italy was probably in that war too. Just a bunch of Italians. Yeah, that war sucked, man. Shouldn't have happened. That was stupid.